Hi, loves. Welcome to your timeless mythos reading here at Soulfire Tarot. I'm so grateful that you're here with me. Whether you're returning, thank you to my subscribers. And if you're joining us for the first time, please know you are very welcome. You are wanted and you are completely safe here with me and my allies. I am Christina. I'm a doctor of Chinese medicine and an intuitive channel. Today, the archetype that is coming through for our reading is actually the pair of Atalanta and the Lernean Hydra. And they offer you this message. Your clear-seeing and independent spirit cuts cleanly through chaos and difficulty. We're going to explore how this energy is moving through your life in just a moment. It's really interesting today. I didn't actually want to read this energy. I didn't want to read it. These cards jumped out and I put them back in the deck. I did. I put them back in the deck and I said, no, I don't want to do this energy today. And I'm not even joking, loves. They kept coming out, especially the tower. The tower, the Hydra, came out with 3 different cards. And then I said, fine, let's go back to the beginning, back to Atalanta and the Lernean Hydra. So there is a clear message that's needed for you today. This is meant to find you today. So I'm inviting you to listen in. Because this found you, trust that there is something meant for you in this reading. It is a collective reading, so take what resonates for you, leave the parts that don't. That means those parts are for someone else. There's something here for all of us. When a moment does hit home, like the reading to claim oh my gosh, claim the energy. Speaking of the tower, this is sort of, oh wow, this is so many cards. I'm getting them though. This is like you can imagine what we're doing here. This is so many cards. Threads of spirit that you are pulling into yourself. So this reading, we're dealing with some difficulty, okay? We're dealing with some really big challenge, energy, and cycles in your life. And as we look at the outcome and the way to navigate through that, if you want to pull this spirit energy in, you do need to take some kind of action. I want to encourage you to like the reading. If that doesn't resonate for you, light a candle at home. Do something in order to pull this energy from spirit, this message into you. If you haven't yet, subscribe, okay? So future Mythos readings can find you. So many cards. And we're going to go with it because there's clearly a big message here today. So let's take a deep breath in and step into the mythos together. As we look at the Queen of Swords in the Tower, the Atalanta. Atalanta was a princess who was rejected by her family. This is the Greek pantheon, by the way. She was rejected by her family for being female, and she said, no, thank you very much. That's not going to be my whole life story. And she set about becoming one of the most famous and well-respected huntresses that had ever lived. She used her independence, her clarity, and you can see here her card, how much Artemis energy she's channeling, this fierce independence, her bow, her shield, her running through the forest and the woods, and in the background you see here men on their horses. This is part of the hunt. She determined her own life. She used her wit and her will and her determination to pierce her way through tremendous difficulty and create astonishing outcomes. And then we have here the Lernean Hydra as the tower. Now, this is an interesting interpretation of tower energy. The Lernean Hydra was a monster, right? A water monster with 9 heads, typically is how it was depicted, that lived in the region of Lerna in Greece. And this being was toxic. It was just a being trying to go about its day and live its life, but it was poisoning the waters around it. And one of Hercules' great tasks in his 12 tasks to become a god was to defeat this Hydra. The interesting thing was when you chop off a head or do anything like that, it would reemerge. So rather than a tower energy today of a difficulty that just bam, hits like lightning and everything falls apart, what we see with the Hydra is an actual unfolding over time of a seemingly insurmountable challenge for someone here where it feels like no matter what you do, I cut one head off and two more arise. It's like I try to take care of this issue and two more come up. I try to handle this and another thing comes up. And you have just been in this feeling and this sensation that this is an impossible task. But it's not. It's not an impossible task. We see here again that your clear seeing and independent spirit cuts cleanly through the chaos and difficulty that you've been experiencing. We have immediately the Two of Cups in reverse. You've been feeling very cut off, very alone, very disconnected, or maybe even have had a very important anchoring relationship in your life come to a place of dissolution. Let's see. I feel strongly these go together. We have, okay, Four of Pentacles, yeesh, Nine of Swords, Ten of Cups in the reverse. So you've worked diligently. You've tried so hard. I think we're really looking at realm of relationship here. You know what I want, before we go any further, I just want to get from the Wild Mystic Oracle cards, we're going to see what's the energy underneath this reading and underneath these challenges. It's cutting in here. And what do we have? We have strength. We have strength, friends. And strength here, we're looking at inner strength. We're looking at self-mastery. We did a reading just recently with Hercules in that strength card, taming the Nemean lion. And so we see here, with everything happening with these challenges and the pain that you're experiencing right now, that there is an energy of strength, of the growth that you've done is going to be underneath everything we talk about here. You're going to get through this, okay? Atalanta is going to get through this energy of defeating this seemingly insurmountable obstacle. Let's come back to our cards. This is hard. This is hard. It's hard what you're going through, and I'm going to be candid. This is hard for me to be in this energy. Is challenging, but we're going to do this for you. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, this necessity of applying yourself diligently to mastering something. The Nine of Swords, which you can see, imagine this as your thoughts, how painful this is. This feels like chaos and worms and like a burrowing mealybug type of creature. This is very, very difficult energy. And the Ten of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who feels like no matter how hard you've worked, especially in areas of love and emotion, that you've just been stuck in your thoughts and stuck in your self-doubt and stuck in things just not working, feeling that no matter hard, it's like that feeling when you see other people accomplishing what you want the most and it seems so easy for them and you're working so hard and still not getting there and still not getting that outcome. And it feels like being uniquely cursed, right? That I am diligently applying myself and yet it doesn't feel like life is flowing to me. It feels like every time I'm playing whack-a-mole, right? Every time I deal with a situation, something else comes up. So let's see what we have next. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Empress. We have the Hierophant. These come. Okay. So Five of Swords is an internal battle. It's a tremendous challenge. The Empress is the energy. You can see this great tree standing under the moon. She's connected to the divine. What she needs comes to her. She doesn't have to go chasing it. She doesn't have to go looking for it. What she needs comes to her to allow her fertility and her abundance. And the Hierophant energy, which connects in with tradition, with authority, even with our connection to the divine, but in a way that is very, very measured, more in the dogmatic sense, less in the intuitive flow and vibe. It's really interesting, this Empress and Hierophant energy together. I think you've really been struggling internally your mental processes with finding yourself, with allowing this flow to come to you, with finding that how can I not effort so hard, not keep cutting ahead off of this issue over and over. It's felt like the doors were closed to you. Look at this key here to the Hierophant. It has felt like the key that everyone else has that they're able to turn is not available to me. I am locked out of this. That's what this mental battle has been. I want to, before we go further into these other cards, I'm going to pull a card from our Moonology deck. So remembering we have strength underneath this. You haven't given up. You may have had moments. We all have moments when things are too hard. You haven't given up here, but you're tired. This has been really hard. This has been really, really hard. So with the Moonology deck, I want to pull, oh, how interesting. Okay. I wanted to know what we weren't seeing, the energy underneath, what might be hidden, and what we got was reveal what needs to be seen. Okay, Christina, keep going with the reading, please. Four of Swords in reverse, Daughter of Swords in reverse, Son of Wands, and oh my God, in reverse, the Father of Pentacles in reverse, the Father of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. This is a lot of reverse energy, okay? Again, you're feeling so turned around with all of this. You have been profoundly stuck. And with the number of swords on the table, I mean, this is an astonishing number of swords. You've been stuck in your own mind. You've been stuck in, this may be something that has expressed as, depression, as like even clinical level depression, as anxiety, as trauma, as the way that we feel, the level of dysregulation and cognitive distortions, like thought forms. When I say cognitive distortions, what that means is that the way our brain has shifted to think, and it's a self-protective mechanism, but what's happening there is not the clear seeing that we need with Atalanta. It's been more self-protective. And so we have here Four of Swords is needing to take a break from Daughter of Swords, which would be page energy in the reverse, needing to take a break from these incoming new challenges, new thoughts, the attempt to shift everything constantly, or that you haven't been taking that, because the Four of Swords also is in the reverse. I mean, this entire set here is in the reverse over here. So we're seeing this. This has just been so hard. This has just been so hard. You know that it's not working. You know that what you're doing isn't working, but you have felt like, but these heads keep coming and attacking me. What am I supposed to do? This keeps happening. What am I supposed to do? You have been so profoundly stuck, knowing you need a break, knowing that you need life to give you, throw me a bone here, and you haven't been getting it. That's how it's felt. It's felt like you haven't been getting it. You have just been stuck and stuck and stuck, trying so hard. We have next the Son of Wands, the Father of Pentacles. The Son of Wands would be the Page of Wands in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands is a new inspiration, a new idea that would bring you to abundance, but it hasn't been working. Again, you've been trying. You've gone this direction. You've gone that direction. It hasn't been working out. Everything I'm seeing here is just continually saying over and over that you have been trying, you have been efforting, you've gone for new ideas, you've tried new relationships, you've tried so many things, and it just keeps not working out. You're trying to move towards your abundance. You're trying to move towards your stability, toward your connection, toward that solid space. And you haven't gotten there. You're trying to move toward this mastery of the intellect. You've been working so hard, and it just hasn't been getting there. And then Five of Cups in reverse, we're seeing, Five of Cups is typically about really only focusing on what we've lost rather than what we still have. In the reverse, you're trying this Strength card. You have been trying so hard to see the positive. You have been trying so hard, and it hasn't been working. You're trying to see that. You're trying to be in that energy, but still you're stuck in this cruel thought cycle that is just hurting so much. And I'm genuinely, love, I'm on the edge of tears feeling this with you. I've been in this kind of energy before, and it feels so hopeless and so helpless. And I'm so sorry that you've been experiencing this. And here's what we're going to do is we're going to pull some more cards. And we're going to get from Spirit. Spirit, I'm asking as we're channeling in this energy and remembering what our channeled message is today. Remembering that it isn't just about being in difficulty, but it's about that you have a clear seeing and independent spirit that can cut cleanly through this chaos and difficulty. And it hasn't been working so far, but you have this strength, and we are revealing what needs to be seen. We are looking at this clearly. So what I want to know, Spirit, is what is the next step? How can you move through this and find yourself on the other side of this tower energy, the other side of this undefeatable beast? Because this beast was undefeatable until it wasn't, okay? This is what matters. Everyone thought it couldn't be beat. People may be looking at your life from the outside and saying, they're not going to get through that. They're not going to do that. They might be telling you that to your face. They might be saying that limiting nonsense to you, to your face, but it's not true. It is not true. You can see through that. You can cut through that. Did Atalanta just give up and lay down and die when her own parents rejected her? No. She set out and forged her own life. So, Spirit, I am asking, please, for guidance on moving through this cycle, this seemingly, thank you so much, this seemingly insurmountable monster this has been a huge, huge, difficult cycle for you, okay? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. The opportunity here is to start connecting in more with your emotions rather than just your thoughts, and to actually go into it. And when I say emotions, I'm talking about feelings like the physical sensations in your body. When we look at releasing what you're experiencing, this level of challenge with your thoughts is coming from nervous system dysregulation. And that means that because of the experiences that you've had that have been so hard, your body has stored a series of defenses and ways of interacting with that in order to be protective. But over time, it's become really jumbled, really maladaptive, and it's causing you pain now. And that's stored in your tissues. What we think is just our thoughts is in our tissues as well. And so it's important here to allow yourself to be in your tissues working. And I strongly recommend, with the level of what you're experiencing here, that you see a practitioner, a provider who works with somatics. It could be somatic experiencing. It could be PT. It could be someone like me in Chinese medicine who specializes in trauma. Something like this to help you to be in those feelings of what hasn't been working, and to allow your body. This isn't just a mental thing. This is your body that needs to release and let go of that. In order to create change, it's not going to be super fast. It's not going to be super fast, but you can move through it. And, there's this, like, when we've been in so much struggle and so much pain, the desire for a magical solution, right? That I just want this one thing. I just want to see this one spiritualist or do this big healing ritual or whatever it is, and everything will change. But this didn't happen overnight. The experiences that have brought you here, the challenges that you've been facing over and over and over and over and over, just ad nauseum, this didn't happen overnight. Change will come but you have to stick with it. You have to persist through it and allow yourself to shift this habituated way of thinking where I'm only seeing what hurts. We can't ignore what hurts and expect it to go away. And I think maybe, my love, that's what's happened in the past when you've been working on your thinking and trying to work on manifesting, that you were actually pushing away what was real for you. That's not what gets us through. That's what we would call bypassing. It's, oh, I'm just going to focus on the bright, but that other stuff is still there. The only way out is through. We have to go into it and allow it and accept it and honor it in order to be able to then say, okay, these things broke. This was really difficult. And here's what I have to build with. Here's what I have to move myself forward in my life and toward feeling greater connection, toward actually becoming one of those people that things do work out for. I want to pull one more card, and we're going to, from the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck, and see what's one final message. I know this one has gotten very long. See what's one final message today that could help. Bodhisattva, awakening. Just the other day, we were talking about a deal for a difficult spiritual curriculum. This is what a bodhisattva undertakes. A bodhisattva is a being who achieved enlightenment previously and was able to escape this cycle of attachment and suffering that happens in the illusion of the world that we live in. They awaken and they have come back in order to help others. And in order to do that, we have to experience a lot of pain. We have to experience a lot of difficulty and growth, because if you don't know it from the inside, how can you help other people with it? So this trial, the seemingly endless trial that you have been undergoing, is actually for a higher purpose. This is for the cultivation of your spirit in this process of awakening, which will then allow you to also help others if you choose. But because it's the Bodhisattva card, the odds are very high that that's what you want. That's what you will want when you are out of this thick of suffering. So I want you to hear this, that what you have been stuck in, these trials, these labors, trying to defeat what felt like an insurmountable obstacle, like a monster that could not be killed, you are going to get through it. And this is a stepping stone. It is a part of your path toward awakening. Loves, I so hope this has been helpful for you. I'm so sorry that you're in this energy right now, but know that it is helping you to move into your next stage. It is always darkest before the dawn. If you want to claim this energy, if you want to claim in this clear seeing, this capacity for awakening and shifting, like the reading, or go light a candle, okay? Please be gentle with yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.